Hey, folks, this is Brian Blessing. Hope you're enjoying the Hockey Betting Podcast. We have a couple chuckles, try to get you a lot of winners. Check out the hockeybettingpodcast.ca. We got a number of books that have joined up with us and have incredible sign-up offers for you to play hockey with that first deposit. Get on board. Go to the hockeybettingpodcast.ca. Click the link, sign up, and have some fun with us.
You're listening to the Hockey Betting Podcast with your hosts, Brian Blessing in Las Vegas and Cam Stewart in Toronto. This is the Hockey Betting Preview for Monday, March 8th, 2021. And now live from Las Vegas, your host of the Hockey Betting Podcast, Brian Blessing.
All right, folks, here we go. Brand new week, Hockey Betting Podcast. I invite you to check out the website, thehockeybettingpodcast.ca. Click on the links, introductory offers at all the books that are on the page for you, and we get the special offers for you, like the one at sportsinteraction.com/hipcheck, and you get the full matching bonus up to $125. Can't beat that. Brian Blessing in Vegas, Cam Stewart hanging out up in Toronto. Just what is that? Southwest of Toronto, Mississauga? Does that sound right?
I guess. Yeah. I would say, southwest. 20 minutes.
I'm a smart guy.
20 minutes. Whatever.
Well, no, I would drive from Buffalo around the lake, and Mississauga's first. So it would be, and I'm going northeast.
I don't have a compass
you gotta
on
be
me, but it's
southwest.
I
mean, you live there. I've driven there. I mean,
correct. Yeah, I just
really.
I didn't expect you to just come at me with.
Well, the moral of the story
questions.
is, do you know where you are?
Yeah, not really, but anyway, it's close to Toronto. Let's put it that way. Oh, seriously,
don't you hate Monday morning?
I used to. I'm going to be honest with you. I didn't hate it as much, but I'm starting to hate it more these days. Like, I don't know what's going on. I just woke up. My voice is all like I didn't even do as much as I usually do. But
your voice is used to never stopping.
Yeah, that's the thing. You bring up a good point, Brian. You get a day off, and now I feel like it's
your circadian. It's your circadian rhythm.
Yeah. Well, anyway,
or whatever.
Rhythm's off. I don't know why they're starting. No East action today. I guess.
Yeah, well, that's weird.
Monday, it's kind of a very weird thing. They're like, hey, East, take a break, and we'll start things Midwest and West. First game at 8:08 Eastern, 5:08 Pacific,
yeah,
Brian.
A
good one, though. A good one.
Well, here's the thing. Vegas is at Minnesota, and Vegas is minus 15 cents. Total's 5.5. Let me just throw this out at you. We're taping this Monday morning. Beauty of the podcast, right? You can do it whenever and get it up. Now, Vegas played Saturday night against San Jose. Mark Stone left the game. He came out, he did a twirl on the ice one shift, like he was testing it, went back, looked at a couple of shifts, saw nothing. He kind of limped off, and nothing hideous. After the game, they're asking DeBoer about, well, Mark Stone. And I'm like, okay, what about the other one? Nobody did, so it comes to me. But about 2 minutes ago in the game, Pietrangelo killing a penalty, takes a shot off the hand. He's out there for 35 seconds in his own end. First, he shakes the hand. Puck goes in the corner. He goes to retrieve it. Goes back to the point. It goes back to the point. Petrangelo's looking at his hand. And, whatever. He gets the puck. It's his left hand. He actually clears the puck. Well, I go get the remote, and I'm scanning back and forth. Now I'm watching the last minute of the game as the play's panning back and forth. He's sitting on the corner of the bench doubled over like a dog humping a jug. I mean, he's hurting, real hurting. So anyway,
I like it.
So anyway, they asked DeBoer about the Stone thing, and I was going to ask him about something else. I go, hey, by the way, Pete, what's the deal? Pietrangelo blocked a shot. It looked to be in distress. Just want to double check anything on that, and then asked him the next one, and he goes, yeah, he's going to have it looked at. We're fingers crossed it's nothing serious. It's always the innocent little thing, Cam.
Yep.
Now, it's Monday morning, and I'm hoping for the best for Pietrangelo, but these guys don't wear the gloves. They take the padding out of the gloves.
Exactly.
If he catches a finger or a wrist, and he was forthcoming, and usually they just, he would just slide by it. He said, no, he's going to have it looked at. We're fingers crossed it's nothing serious. If that's a finger or a wrist, I mean, I'm hopeful it's nothing, but it's not going to shock me if after we get off taping this thing, something comes up and says, Pietrangelo, yeesh.
No, I'll give you credit, Brian. See, that's the difference. Like, you've covered hockey before where I'm not taking a shot at the fan base, but they just look at the star player. They don't see all the little things that go on in a game, right? And you've seen that movie before, and that's the thing. When you play game,
that's the one you're out 6-8 weeks if it's a finger or a wrist.
That's the thing. Like, you look at the obvious stuff. When I played hockey, the worst injuries were in the fingers. Like, if some guy slashes you in the fingers and stuff, it absolutely kills. And that's the thing. And these guys are real hockey players. They're not just like guys like me. It's funny. The equipment's changed in different ways, but you're right. When it comes to the gloves, they're so light. Like, we used to play with heavier gloves, and it was a different thing. You'd still get hurt.
They take the padding out of the fingers.
Yeah, exactly, because they want to be able to move.
But the funny thing is,
wrist. It's like a lacrosse thing, right, Brian? You need to have that wrist.
Coaches don't. They don't offer anything. They don't have to. Upper body, lower body. I mean, he could have said, "Oh, I don't know," or I didn't see anything, or he's fine. He just got stung. But he actually said, now he's going to have a look at it. Fingers crossed, it's nothing serious. That means to me, he's going for X-rays.
Yeah, and the thing is, it's already a good spot for Minnesota. You would think, losing 2 tight games against these guys. If you got Pietrangelo out, I think that's a big loss to Vegas. Got to give
it could be Pietrangelo and Stone.
Yeah, and that's the thing. A wicked defenseman, one of their best players, if not the best forward. So now you're looking at Minnesota as a small dog here. I think they're live. I don't know how you feel about the total, but Marc-Andre Fleury came back. Brian, it's unbelievable. We thought he might be hurt, and then he comes off with a 4-0 shutout. This guy's right now, just give him the Vezina trophy at 26-1 preseason, and we'll set it there.
Ooh, I don't know, buddy.
Okay, who?
I think he's number 2. No, Vasilevsky. I think
I disagree with that. I disagree with that wholeheartedly. Vasilevsky's good, but he's not Marc-Andre Fleury has done take a look at everything that he's done with that team versus Vasilevsky.
I don't argue with you, but I'm just saying.
I think if you give it to Vasilevsky, you haven't watched enough hockey this year, because I think Marc-Andre Fleury, hands down, every time he gets on the ice, it's either a shutout or saves Vegas's butt. That's what I'm going to say.
Just telling you, the media votes on this.
Yeah, well, the media don't know jack.
Well, okay, but I just read an article. Our buddy Mike Carrington, Buffalo News Inside the NHL's a great column every week.
I don't sound
but what I'm saying to you, he was talking about how good Patrick Kane is. That Patrick Kane's a front runner for the Hart, and Vasilevsky, he says in the discussion. So I'm just saying, I don't disagree with you. His save percentage and everything he's doing, he's got a real shot. But I don't think it's a gut cinch. He's right. It's 1 and 1A. It's 1 and 1A. It's 1 and 1A.
Patrick Kane has been absolutely stellar this year, and the Blackhawks have been one of the biggest good shocks in the league. But I look at Minnesota. Brian, you're the totals guy. I'm trying to these totals. Sometimes
Candy, it worked. It really did work. We stubbed our toe, whatever it was, a week ago. But I'm telling you,
it was pretty damn good.
Saturday
night ran the table.
No. This past week was really good. A week and a half ago or whatever. A couple of things that just went south on us, and a couple of bad bounces. But the over/under thing, game 1 to game 2, that thing's working again. And Minnesota's got double revenge off the 2 games in Vegas. After that, they went and they split with Arizona. First game home. Now, you're the ones saying to me, the second game home maybe. The one thing that's going to happen here is Oscar Dansk played the first game of the Vegas San Jose series. It went over. Second game went under. I mean, that worked again. But Fleury will now play for sure probably in these 2 games, because they finally got him a day off. That being said, he's playing at a high level. First game between the 2, I would lean higher scoring.
Yeah, and I think Minnesota understands too. Just, first game back, whatever. They still have had a little bit of time. They didn't play on Sunday, Brian. I think they're waiting for an opponent that also stole points from them. It's just one of those situations. The compete level for Minnesota is high. The price tells you that the book fears Minnesota. I would fear them too. So for me, it'd be Minnesota in the over.
All right. Every once in a while, okay, I mean, whatever. If you were going to throw a pat at the back at us, you're willing to carve our eyeballs out and that's fine. It's the nature of the game. But I like the over in the game, and it got there. But our little 15-minute update we did on Saturday, just a hockey angle, even in a COVID year, things that make sense. was Calgary playing Edmonton in the Battle of Alberta, and Ottawa was in Calgary having dinner, waiting for them to come home, plus $1.55. We said it was Ottawa and the over, but it was Ottawa or nothing, and Ottawa beats them in a shootout. And I didn't call you last night. I mean, tell me that's the first shootout you've won in a month.
I lost the other one with Dallas and then won that one. So, I'll take it. If I was 50% every night in shootouts, see, this is me, Brian. This is the truth. If you give me 50% shootouts, if there's 2 games every night that went to a shootout and I won one of them, I would love it. I mean, I would take it right now without even debating it. 50% is perfect. Thing is, Ottawa held on in that game, and you saw at the end, Calgary came guns a-blazing, and they should have probably won that game. The referees gave the Flames a lot of power plays in that game. It was almost fishy-like watching it, but I will say this:
how about the one where Stutzla gets can opener?
And they call it embellishment.
And he crashes out of control into the wall, and the guy goes, "Yeah, he embellished." He risked his career on that.
Hey, refs, I don't know what you had going on last night, but it was obvious it wasn't cool because they tried, in my opinion, to give Calgary something that game. And
he embellished as the crash test dummy crashing into the wall.
Ottawa got hosed in that game, and they still won. But tonight, that's a different story.
Edmonton is going to
roll these guys up like the way my boy, who I do my show with, rolls big, fat joints. It's going to be a big, big, fat, sticky. I'm tagged to Edmonton. It's going to be one of those 6-2 Edmonton games tonight, Brian. Parlay. Regulation. I don't see Ottawa. If Ottawa finds a way to beat Edmonton after that game, man, I'll be impressed. But I like the Oilers.
All right. How about a way to play this game? I'm just curious. First period, Edmonton's $1.85. But how about the total? Over 2, under $1.40. If they get 3 goals, you're getting the plus price. I mean, maybe Ottawa has a little bounce in their step for a bit out of the gate. Well, then they're going to will.
Happens, right? Usually happens.
They'll start okay.
Yes,
they'll start okay. Yeah.
Yeah, we've seen this movie before. Like you play a heartbreak, not a heartbreak, like a very tiring, tough game like that, holding on for a victory. You're up 3 goals. You give up the 3-goal lead. You win in a shootout. I guarantee Ottawa, they'll have about gas for a period and a half. And after that, Edmonton, if this game is like tied or they're down 1, they'll still probably win by 2 or 3 goals.
I'm real quick looking. Oh, buddy. Well, it's Smith. What's a Joey Daccord?
Laura Secord? I know that's chocolates.
Joey Daccord's going to be the goalie.
Daccord's actually, he played 1 game against Montreal. He didn't do that bad. He wasn't brutal, was he?
Anyway. No, 2-5-1's the goals against.
Yeah, there's worse out there. Daccord. Give me Daccord. I don't know what's going on, Brian. I'll take Edmonton. I don't even want to fool around with Daccord. How do you say?
All right. Yeah, all right. I hear you. All right.
I got nothing today. Absolutely nothing.
How about the next game?
I'm looking at the schedule. I'm like, wow, we're already on game number 3.
Colorado's a monster, a $2 favorite. The total's 5.5. First of the 2 games set, Cammy. I'm honestly, these are things, if you're following, you could almost maybe mini predict what we're going to say here, but I keep running with this stuff. It's, Kemper versus Grubauer, and you got 2 really good goalies, but, I think they just keep rocking and rolling out of the gate. I'd be looking at the over in the game.
Yeah, you could play the over. I just look at it and go, it's hard for me to step in front and get in the 6 there. You said it, the goaltending's good. I would look at Arizona, though. Colorado's been none too impressive to me. They have to be one of the bigger disappointments coming out of the gate. Everything's hard for them. They're not playing good hockey. I know there's an issue with this team right now. They're just not playing good team hockey. They should be the best team in the league with Vegas, and Tampa Bay. They should be up there, but
Be willing. I would just say this to the folks listening. Be willing to go outside the box. So, like, if I'm sitting there and I say that to you, and you go and your comeback is sound, I don't know, man. There's really good goalies. I mean, you're right, but the trend of the first game when they get back together and start up anew tends to be they go for it. Now, is maybe when you're sitting there over the course of 60 minutes, you got really good goalies. I'm wondering if the play, Cam, is an over 1.5, and it's 1.5 under 20. So you're either going to get even money or plus a dime. That would be how I would play this game. I would go over 1.5 in the first period. There you go. That's what I'm gonna. In fact, I'm gonna do that. Okay, over 1.5 in the first period is what I'm gonna do.
I got no problem with it. Also, I think Arizona, they're a team that I could trust. I know I got a lot of flack on the weekend, and there's a lot of good cappers, and all these guys, they text me, I need Minnesota in the final game of a parlay. I go, guys, I really like Arizona in this revenge spot, and they won, Brian. They won 4-2 in that spot. That was a great evening, man. I haven't had a day like that in a long time. It felt good because I've been sometimes, we hit rough patches. Arizona, to me, is a dangerous team, but Colorado also losing to Anaheim. Do these guys have any pride? Like, I'm not laying $2 with these guys. I agree with you. I think the game probably goes over. If you want a dance partner, you can parlay Colorado and Edmonton, and I really like Edmonton to plus money, but I like the way you're playing it too. See, this is the thing about the show, Brian. You attack things differently. I go in a little bit different way. We put the recipe together. It's delicious. We just put a couple different things in it, right? So I like the recipes, and I like where you're going with that. I just warn Colorado, if they have any pride tonight, they should actually – this is a statement game against Arizona because they're better than that. They're very unimpressive series against the Ducks, but, maybe they put it together tonight. They should win.
All right, here's a strange one, and I'm wondering, do we get on board here? Montreal, that was $1.50. Yes, I really don't buy this number, and the total is 6.5, mixed bag. Listen, Vancouver – in terms of circling the wagons, and you look at the standings, and they're next to last in the North, but they're only 4 points out of fourth. But the rub is the team that's in fourth is Montreal. They have 5 games in hand on Vancouver. This is a playoff game for Vancouver. They can't let Montreal win this game, and they just beat the Leafs twice. Why can't we get a?
As I said about the Leafs, and you know what, Brian, I told people, I go, this isn't going to last forever. That's the thing. I was weary of them in the Vancouver game, even on the back-to-back. It's like things happen in hockey. Sure, they've had a lot of puck luck, and I'll be the first guy to tell you, watching the Leafs, they've been good, but they've also been very lucky. They've had hot goaltending when teams pummeled them with shots. Things are a little bit different here. I think Montreal has some mojo. On Saturday night, our 2 biggest plays, Brian, we were on them both, and they were games that were never in question, and thank God. I needed that. I don't need any more stress. Montreal and Dallas were our 2 biggest plays.
Dallas was a gift.
Them. Oh, God, man, we smashed those games.
Dallas was a gift, and they were only 35.
I know, that's the thing. That's the thing. But Montreal, I like what I saw in that game against Winnipeg. They finally got a little bit of puck luck, too. Vancouver's been good. Beating Toronto. I don't like the price of Montreal, but I think Montreal understands now, Brian. This is a team that can't screw around either during their cold streak, right?
You're still figuring out the new coach. I get it, but here's the deal. I would just say, to jump into the current form end of the pool, buddy, what I saw this weekend, I saw in the bubble, and Demko is on a Tootsie Roll now. Demko is playing really good,
and that's scary. Yeah.
So right. I'm telling you right now, Demko's playing better than Price, and Vancouver needs this game, or they are toast. Even though
I don't think Price. Don't you think? Because Price played the last game,
it may be.
It could be Allen, and I think that's good for Montreal. We'll see. We'll check the goaltending matchup. We won't know by the time we're taping.
Well, as of the time of the taping. The probables are Demko and Price. So anyway, I know, but Demko. I'm just telling you, buddy. Demko. I watched.
No, Demko looks good.
I watched that playoff series when they played Vegas.
Yeah, I know.
And they needed a BB gun to beat him, and they barely beat him. And all of a sudden, the guys found it again. It was life after Markstrom. He's starting to run with it again.
I agree with that. Demko can steal games, and that's the thing about hockey. You could just look at it and. Sometimes you get games wrong and, you just run into a hot goaltender. It's happened to us many times. We're usually on the wrong side of it. But for me, I like Montreal still. But you're right, Brian. You got me wary of this game now. I might have to pass on it.
All right.
What about 6.5 under? I know you like the first over of a game, but the way Demko's
Oh,
playing
yes.
right
No, yes,
we're
absolutely.
going Montreal, Vancouver under tonight. So I'm glad
That's fine. That's fine. You know what? And then I'll feel guilty, right? If Montreal wins, and that's something you were going to do. But sometimes
Don't
I know
worry, you know me. I'll find a way.
No, but I mean, every now and again, there's something where I'll go, hey, Cam, buyer beware on this one, and it's worked out a few times.
No, I need help, Brian. Like I need that voice on my shoulder, or else I'll just keep on clicking buttons, and the next thing you know, my house is up for foreclosure. So it's good when you're that voice in my head saying, "Put the brakes on," let's take a look.
Well, I'm just there to every now and again to try to put softness around the edges of Lisa in your head.
Yeah, I just got a text from her. She's coming over too. This should be a fun week. You should see my winning percentage when she's here and not there. When she's not there,
is it a correlated parlay?
Oh, dude, it's a lock. When she's here, it's like it's a correlated parlay. Oh boy, this should be fun this week. Hey, honey, I gotta watch the games. I'm betting. What are you gonna do?
You're a day early with the Calliope music. Buffalo's tomorrow.
Oh, dude, no.
We're not there yet.
Actually,
we're not there yet.
Okay,
We're not there yet. We're not there. We're just wait. We're not there. All right, good. If it's about Buffalo, wait.
You should take my friendship card and light it with your Bic lighter. Like I used the friendship card I gave you. Just put your lighter, light your Marlboro up, and say, "God, Cam, stupid." Next game, L.A. and Anaheim. Under?
Yeah, I mean,
I don't know about no. Let's talk here for a sec. Put the brakes on.
I know. I know they just played a couple
Anaheim plays high-scoring games now. They've run John Gibson into the ground, dude. Like, have you not seen their 5-4 game against Colorado and stuff? It's 5.5. This game's over.
Listen. So the last game they played against Colorado was 5-4, who you said right now is playing like a dog's breakfast. And the previous two games were 3-2 games. The Anaheim, I mean, they have one game they scored 5. I'm not throwing a parade that Anaheim's going to score because of one. I like the under.
Okay. Do you like a side, L.A. or Anaheim? L.A. probably?
I don't trust either one of them.
Okay.
I trust the goalies. I trust it's Peterson. I trust Gibson and Peterson more than I trust either team to win the game.
Okay. St. Louis, San Jose?
That one I'd go over. Boy, my God, is San Jose, are they awful in their own end?
Yeah, they are.
Oh, my God. I mean, I'm telling you,
goals. I'm
telling you, you talk about, some teams are lucky, some teams are cursed. Like, okay, again, we're going to get to it. When we talk, we say get the garlic on the retro jerseys, have the garlic clothes on the Sabres jersey, anything to get out of this. But they're unlucky. They're bad and they're unlucky. Vegas is good and Vegas is lucky.
Vegas is the luckiest.
Wait, let me tell you somebody. They were so all in. And they could have had him. And McPhee drew a line in the sand. They wanted Cody Glass. They were an inch away from getting Erik Karlsson. It would have destroyed this franchise. And they were going to get him. They wanted him. They wanted the big fish. They're better off having Pietrangelo than Karlsson for years down the road. I'm watching this Karlsson guy, kid. He's done. It's sorry. It's unbelievable. It's not good. I mean, he and Burns are honestly, they're a disaster in their own end. Time has
cost him. He doesn't even know where he's doing it in his end. He's reckless, guy. It's actually embarrassing. He's not even like a good NHL. Like he used to be. Brian, remember this guy years ago when we used to go down there? We were talking about him. Oh my God, San Jose, him and Burns. I look at their defense now. I'm like, it's atrocious. It's not just Martin Jones's fault. I feel sorry for the goaltenders in San Jose.
Maybe I'm going to be proven wrong.
To dry more than anybody.
I'm going to click this button, and I don't know the answer. And I think it's an overrated stat. But I'm going to hit the stats button right now. I just want to see. I want to see Erik Karlsson's plus minus. Maybe I'm dead wrong. I just hit the button, and where are we, Eric? Come on, where are you? Erik Karlsson.
I'm predicting.
Okay. It's not as bad as I thought. But
about minus. What is it? About minus
2.
12?
No, -2.
Yeah, because the thing is, he's also on the ice all the time when they score.
But here's
he gets ice time.
I know, but here's the thing. He's -2. And I just watched over the week, and I said both of them are bad. Burns is minus 15.
That's Burns is.
It's like my God,
Burns is plus
they're
minus.
in their own end. They're awful.
Carlson's worse than Burns, though. I think Burns is just. I know the plus minus will say he is, but watching Carlson, he's way more reckless. Like they're both. Hey, they were two of the best defensemen in the league, and now they're not. So you look at San Jose, they can compete. Hey, they competed with Vegas that night, and they show some grit. But you're right, it's a 6. If you can get a 6 out there, I love it. 6.5. But we should see. This smells like a 5-4 type of game, and the Blues can score. They got Tarasenko back.
All right, they just played 2 games a couple weeks ago, and it was 3-2 and 5-4.
Yep.
So it's not like either one of those games was a 1-0 or 2-1 game. I think the over. Honestly, I think. Well, I'm seeing some 6s, but you're getting the plus price if you go over 6.5. All right, there you go. All right. So you ready to go to Tuesday?
Yep. Sure am.
All right. Rangers and Pittsburgh.
Monday? Oh yeah, sorry. That was Monday.
All right. I the Rangers versus Pittsburgh.
Okay.
Pittsburgh is minus $1.30. The total 6.5. The real hidden problem here for Pittsburgh is the ice could be really bad because they might be drooling all over the ice knowing that they're playing Buffalo later in the week.
It's a good point. Here's the thing, too. Rangers, nice performance last night on Sunday. Zuccarello scores the first goal, and then you get smoked by Pittsburgh. This Rangers team, we're just about to praise them. I don't have a lot of positive things to say, to be honest with you. And Panarin, I know this situation. Is he in Russia to deal with the accusation about some kick in a strip club? Is this guy ever coming back? Like, I get it. Vladimir Putin's going to, shake down Russian players. Like, this is unbelievable. This team, I got to tell you, the Rangers, you're just waiting for them to turn the corner. Pittsburgh, let's give them credit, Brian. They win games. They're winning games. They're playing good. Crosby looks good. Malkin is actually – the scary thing is Malkin's starting to get happy again. That makes me really worried. I'd look at the Rangers in this spot. I want nothing to do with this game. Total side, anything. Probably
I'm running away. I'm running away from it, and I don't like it either. But I would say to you, second game of a series, right? I mean, it's Yari and Georgiev. Believe me, that's scary. I mean, it would be under, if anything, but I don't like anything.
I don't like anything about that game. I don't like – here we go. Here's the next game. Jeez.
All right. Listen, man.
God help us.
Although there were a lot of developments over the weekend. My Twitter account, I have developed a keen sense of humor about the pain of this crap with Buffalo and Philly. I put things out along the lines of the NHL has officially denied the Sabres' proposal to award points for winning a period. These guys are just, my God, it's
honestly,
I mean,
it's pathetic. Like,
do you want to know how bad this is, Cam? Wait, I swear to God, I'm just going to stop because it's going to ruin my week. But think of this: as bad as this is, later they play Philly now. Then they've got to play Pittsburgh. They have not played Pittsburgh or Boston yet.
Nope.
As bad as it is for Buffalo, think of this. They have 16 games left with Boston and Pittsburgh.
No, it's not. I'm not even laughing. It's sad. And I'll tell you another thing is, I'm an idiot. Like, I actually and I play games like Brian, the Do Theory, and people, we have different ways to bet. And when I win a lot. And when people are square players, they'll have their nights, but they'll get pummeled in the end. And, I got laughed at, right? And maybe I deserve it. And me and my buddy Vince were talking. He texts me. The first thing he says to me in the morning is, I like Buffalo. And I go, I'm scared too. I like Buffalo. And we bet him that game against the Islanders. And we're sitting there and they're coming back. We got them at plus 1.5. Then the player falls backwards, like making a play, like he's skating. It's like a 5-year-old.
Did you see? What the hell
are you doing?
No. I mean, if they did a highlight reel, highlight video of the season.
That's
yesterday.
Yes.
The first Taylor Hall, it's the end of a shift, so he was tired. But the puck bounces weird, and he's thinking of going to the bench, and the puck bounces out to the neutral zone, and he's right between the defensemen. He gets a 3-stride lead on him. He's got a cold breakaway from the red line coming in. He's got the puck. He's tired. He's got the puck. He's got a two-lap lead on the defenseman, and he trips over the blue line. He had a breakaway, and he fell down.
No, Brian, that's just part one. And then the Islanders have the puck coming in. Buffalo, it's 3-2. They got all the momentum in the world. The guy, defenseman, comes and falls on his face and gives Clutterbuck a breakaway, and he scores, hanging the goalie out to dry. They had two players fall down like kids, like learning how to skate against the New York Islanders. I texted Vince. He goes, "This team is brutal." He goes, I don't know if I can back. I go, we can't back these guys anymore. Like, if I want to give away money, I'll go to the Goodwill and I'll give them a bag of money. Because this is ridiculous.
But Cameron, I'm telling you, though, do not, they're brutal. You're not stepping in front of the plate here, and a guy that's willing to brush your back and lean into a fastball. But the totals, this is the way you're going to play the Sabres from this day forward. I'm telling you, Pally, is the totals. Now, listen, by the way, Jeff Skinner scored a goal, and Haley's comment will be visible again in 2061.
Yeah, some guy tweeted us. What did he say? $3 million per goal? If he gets one every
$3 million a goal, but I did immediately. As soon as Skinner scored, I went to look. I Googled it. Haley's comment will be visible again in 2061. That's fact. It's an educational tool here on the Hockey Betting Podcast.
I'll be dead.
I don't know, man. I think
I won't make it to 2061. That's fact.
I don't know.
That's a lock.
I won't. I've got a running head start on you.
Yeah,
but
I don't.
But you may want to employ because it's working. I mean, the nicotine, the alcohol, and the salt seems to keep everything at bay.
You're right. I used to know a guy, and I remember an old girlfriend's grandfather who was like 90-something. God,
COVID's like COVID hit me and be like, what?
Yeah, we're having a conversation, and then I go, "What's the deal, Poppy?" He's like, bread. I go, yeah, you like Wonder Bread. I was like, yeah, all the like all the things they put in, like the nitrates and the preservatives. It's funny, all the food that he ate had huge preservatives, and it preserved him. So you know what? Maybe we'll take that approach, Brian. Nicotine, preservatives, salt. Let's rock.
I put salt on cereal.
Over. And know what? The funny thing is, they'll probably beat Philadelphia. Philadelphia is nothing to
No, Kim.
They're a train wreck.
No. The funny thing is, where they're missing the boat here. This is where they're missing the boat. Oh, the Sabres suck, and they this and that. Blah, blah,
they're going to win
blah.
one of these games.
No, but the total's 5.5. It's a joke. All right, Skinner scored a goal. Eichel's got to get it. He
wants out of town.
Honest to God, APB for him. But you're going to have Hutton, who's 1-7-1 with a goals against the 3.40. Carter Hart has a goals against a 3.47, and Carter Hart's a way better goalie at home than he is on the road. It's the first game of a 2-game set. It's probably whatever. I think it's a track meet. I don't know who. I'm not betting the Sabres, but I'm over 5.5. It's absolutely on the card. I think there's going to be goals in this game.
Yeah, there should be. I don't know. They're going to win one of these games, and I'm not going to be on it.
I'm not going to be on them. I'm not betting them, but I'm betting the total. I'm betting over 5.5. All right, Nashville, Carolina. Carolina $1.80, total 6.5.
You want to talk about a weird team as Nashville? Like, they look like junk, then they kind of try. Like, they're still horrible. Dallas came back, down 3 goals in the third period, tied the game and lost in a shootout. That really pissed me off. I needed that game bad for a parlay. Carolina should, if they show up, Brian, destroy Nashville. Nashville has no goaltending. They're a bad team, too. I don't like the price. It's parlayable.
How about this? Nashville, as hideous as they are, four in a row over the total.
Yeah, they're starting to play overs because they have no goaltending, and they're kind of playing open hockey. They know they can't win those 2-1 games anymore. It's a totally different team, right? So, yeah, actually, Carolina can score, too. I'd look at the total. I don't like the 6.5 with these guys, but, yeah, I know what, Brian? I think you're onto something. I would lean over as well.
Jersey and Washington.
Oh, here we go.
Well, hold on a second. Washington is 205, 210 in this game, the 6.5. I got 5.5. I'm sorry, 5.5. So that over a win. I don't know about this game, but let me just ask you this. Ovechkin, spears the guy in the berries.
Yes, he does.
And gets a $5,000 fine. And then Wilson gets 7 games for that hit.
Exactly. That was wrong.
I'm sorry. I know he's got a past record, and I'm not like in the business of defending Tom Wilson, but the guy at Carlo's a big guy.
I agree.
And he kind of ducked his head. I mean, it was, I don't know. I'm sorry. How does Ovechkin get like nothing?
Oh,
and then they drop the sink on this guy.
Couldn't agree with you more. See, Brian, that's the thing. And if we were had a job, we see things the exact same way. It's ridiculous. Tom Wilson, he's basically the offender.
He's branded.
Do bad things, and he went into a convenience store with no money and stole a couple beers, and now they're going to give him 10 years in jail instead of just being reasonable and say, I know he was a bad guy before, but that was nuts. He deserved maybe what do you give him, Brian? A game or two? Not 7. That was just.
Let me ask you, did you think? Hey, man, I don't want to see the Carlo guy hurt. I'm not any of that. But I mean, the result was he hit him and then kind of come up on him and his head hit the glove. But
yes.
I mean, when you looked at that, did you think he targeted his head?
No, not at all.
I didn't think so either.
Even close. No, it was that happens when you play sometimes. And that's another thing. These guys in the committee, they used to play the game in the safety committee. Come on.
Oh,
guys.
that safety committee's just. I don't know
what they're
watching.
doing. They're playing cards in the back room. But I'll tell you something. Him getting 7 games was ridiculous, and we couldn't agree more. But anyway, I don't like the game personally.
All right, let's go.
Boston Islanders. I'll tell you one thing. In the next game.
You know who you got to play? It's a gift.
Boston Islanders own them though, but they're also coming off beating Buffalo.
Yeah, exactly.
Listen.
Listen. I mean, my God, Boston's basically a pick. I mean, we saw the Flyers play 2 pond hockey games with the Sabres, and they get demolished. The Islanders just played 3 games against Buffalo.
Good point. And
don't you look at Boston here?
You know what? There's so much in Boston that I like in this game, and even though the Islanders own them, we have to.
I love the Islanders too. Don't get me wrong. I
love the Islanders. They put
but I mean,
I'm
just saying the spot is they just. I mean, you talk about, going from race walking to the 100-meter dash.
Boston's coming off a loss to New Jersey. You could put all that into the recipe. Revenge. The Buffalo angle, Boston, Florida, Columbus next. What do we got?
That's right. I mean, honestly, I would just say that.
I don't circle this game, Boston.
Don't overthink it, right?
No, I'm not overthinking nothing. I like the revenge angle. It usually works. And Boston, please. I don't like betting against the Islanders, but I will. Florida, Columbus. You got an opinion?
Florida's. Look at these games. Lost to Carolina 4-2. Beat Nashville 6-2. Beat Nashville 5-4.
Columbus doesn't score though, Brian. That's the problem, right? This is a tough game.
Hold on real quick. Come on. First game of a 2-game set. Tell me they give me 5.5. Let me go back.
They're giving you 5.5. Yep.
Come on. Over. Florida 5.5. You got to go over. I'm not.
Yeah. Columbus is. Yeah. I like I don't know. Is Columbus going to? Florida, man. I don't like to lay that on the road. Something's telling me this game smells weird, but yeah. Okay, I'll go over.
Oh, by the way, the next one, Winnipeg and Toronto. We are going to lose games. But I'm telling you, Cam, you look at some of these things that we have said. Vancouver beats the Leafs Saturday night, right? Yep. And you're thinking, okay, Leafs, all right, whatever. Let's come back and beat these guys. And Demko's playing good. Cam, that was the last game of a 5-game Western road trip. And the North has to travel unlike every other division in this league.
Yep.
Toronto's head was on the bus to get to the airport to go home. How many times have we told you a 4 or 5-game road trip?
That's the best.
The last game is these teams mentally check out.
Yes.
And okay, now you've got Toronto's first game home from the 5-game Western road trip. This isn't flying back from Ottawa. This is flying back from, you went to Edmonton, you went to Vancouver. Now you're flying home. And it's the first game back against a Winnipeg team that was morbidly embarrassed in their last game, 7-1. This is the other angle that's worked for us. When a team gets morbidly embarrassed, what do? They win the next game.
Yeah, I kind of Winnipeg. Yeah, I think you're onto something. I think the Leafs are still going to have their flight legs. It's going to be bad. I'd probably take Winnipeg in the first period too. Toronto might be really tired and figure something out later. But, I'm with you on this one, Brian. I think Winnipeg is a live dog. I'd be very careful with the total of 6.5. A lot of these North games, people are starting to understand, they seesaw. They're like patterns. They go over, then they go under for a while. I'm not in any rush to have 7 goals in this game, Brian. I think the Leafs are going to try to play a defensive game because they will be tired. but I do like Winnipeg.
You know what just dawned on me, Cam, is how much I love you and enjoy you. And it's a Monday morning. And what the hell's wrong with us? We're 40 minutes into this thing. I mean, I enjoy talking to you. I got other stuff to do.
Yeah, I know. Producer Mike's like, excellent.
No, I mean, I'm like, what are we doing?
We haven't even got through Tuesday yet.
Well, what the hell are we doing
my phone
here?
Going, geez, I haven't even started my my news for my updates yet. Winnipeg. The answer is Winnipeg. Plus 155.
No, I enjoy doing this because I'm writing plays down as we're doing it. That's why this is like research. Okay, yeah, Jesus.
I should be doing that too. See, damn it, now I need a piece of paper.
Tampa Bay, Detroit. Oh my God, can they just put Detroit and Buffalo up in Greenland and let them play?
Here it is. Buffalo, Detroit series 2 out of 3. Loser leaves town match, gets kicked out of the NHL. We could bring up an NHL team like they do in soccer.
No, relegation. It'd be the relegation.
That's what I say. It's like the premiership. Like you got like Wolverhampton versus, Sheffield, and the loser, you're gone. Now the next team comes up. Who's the best team in the American Hockey League?
Have you seen this here, I'll even throw them a bone. Have you seen this commercial? It's a great commercial. It's only been out about 2 weeks. This Adobe sign thing. It's the soccer team, some soccer team in Europe. Yeah. It's a team. The team's got blue apparel and they're using ELO Mr. Blue Sky, and the team made the playoffs and they ran out of all the stuff, and the ladies getting all the new stuff it's like a 90-second commercial. It's awesome.
No, I haven't seen it, but
you'll like it.
I already know what you're talking about, but it sounds nice.
All right. Yeah, it's Monday. I'm trying to end this, and I'm bringing up commercials.
No, exactly, Brian. You're killing me. Anyway, Tampa Bay, Detroit, over?
Don't even look at it.
Everything's running into each other.
Next,
I got one for you. Final game on Tuesday.
Chicago and Dallas.
I like Dallas. Chicago's been great. Dallas, you have to find a way. You screwed up against Nashville in that game, and I think Dallas. The thing I like about taking Dallas as a favorite is it's always 25 cents. When they win, you get a good price. Give me the Dallas Stars.
All right. Hey, listen, though, give full marks. I told Chuck Esposito out here at Sunset Station, I said, man, before that weekend, sign the paper, 1-1-1, you'd run for the hills. And sure enough, it ended up 1-1-1.
Yep.
And that was a good weekend for them.
You could tell they just ran out of gas. They were up 3-0 on Tampa Bay, and Tampa Bay woke up and then just murdered them. But Chicago, full marks. They get an 8.
All right, you ready?
Yep.
All right, folks, get your pen out because this is Gatling Gun Wednesday. Vegas, Minnesota, pending the result of the first game. We're thinking high scoring Monday. Maybe you get low scoring on Wednesday. Let's see how the first one goes.
Yes, I will say this too. Whoever wins the first game, probably if Minnesota loses the first, I'll take them in the second. They won't get swept this time. Next,
Ottawa, Edmonton's a rematch. Monday determines how we look at this game.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah, I would say that. Yep.
The old over/under thing, maybe. Arizona, Colorado. Again, I mean, here we're back to where we were, and we're not doing this again. We love you.
No.
I mean, we did the Saturday thing. It all depends what happens Monday.
This is the thing. We're doing this on Monday. It's hard to predict for Wednesday, but this is the timing of the things that we have to do. I don't know. It's kind of like I just want to revert back. Usually teams don't get swept. If Colorado embarrasses Arizona, I expect
they're all rematches, man. Yeah. I'll tell you what. So this is the Wednesday portion of the podcast. If all 5 of these games, if the first game, I like LA and Anaheim under in game 1. But if all these games go over on Monday, I think you should be looking at the under in the rematches. I think the teams that win on Monday, you look at the teams that lost on Monday and cherry pick your spot and come back with the revenge angle. I think that's all we can tell you to do on Wednesday. But if we've got to, provide something because producer Mike's going to be texting all these things out on Wednesday, Cam, sing Oklahoma now for a minute, and then we'll end this.
I don't even know the lyrics. Sorry.
I know every word from the music, man. Oh, the Wells Fargo wagon is coming round the... Nope.
Wells Fargo, yeah. I think I took some money out there in Vegas a few times.
Gary, Indiana, not Louisiana, Paris, France, New York, or Rome. But Gary, Indiana, my home, sweet home.
Man.
That's Wednesday.
Honest to God, I'm freaking losing my mind, man. It is unbelievable how hard the Wednesday card is because we need to know what happens on Monday. Anyway, Brian.
I'll do it.
Yeah, you do it today.
No, I can't. The hockeybettingpodcast.ca. Please check out the website. Please click on the banners. Sign up. Play along with the Sports Interaction /hip check. SportsInteraction.com/hip check. $125 sign up bonus for you right there. 100% match up to $125. There you go, buddy. It was fun. Went long, but it was fun.
It was, Brian.
Put a smile on my face. I'm easily amused.
No sound effects today. Just we're done.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, we're done.
Be gone.
Hey, folks, this is Brian Blessing. Hope you're enjoying the Hockey Betting Podcast. We have a couple chuckles, try to get you a lot of winners. Hey, we hope you like what you're hearing. And if you do, hit the subscribe button and give us a review, give us a rating. Most importantly, enjoy the hockey and keep coming back to the Hockey Betting Podcast.
The handicapping and sports odds information contained on this podcast is for entertainment purposes only. Please confirm the wagering regulations in your jurisdiction as they vary from state to state, province to province, and country to country. Using this information to contravene any law or statute is prohibited. The podcast is not associated with, nor is it endorsed by any professional or collegiate league, association, or team. This podcast does not target and is not intended for an audience under the age of 18. If you think that you have a gambling addiction, stop this podcast now and please seek help.
Gambling and betting on sports is a form of entertainment and should be about having a good time. But when done excessively, it may negatively affect other areas of a person's life, such as their physical and mental health, school or work performance, finances, and or interpersonal relationships. At the Hockey Betting Podcast, we're concerned about the addiction that gambling may cause, and for this reason, we encourage everyone to practice responsible gambling, an approach to gambling that helps you ensure that it remains an enjoyable activity. Here are the main principles of responsible gambling. Don't think of gambling as a way to make money. Always gamble with money that you can afford to lose. Set limits and stick to them. Never chase losses. Don't gamble when you're depressed or upset, and create a healthy balance. Always be aware of how much time you spend gambling or thinking about gambling. And do not allow gambling to cause you to miss out on time with family and friends or time spent on other activities you enjoy. By following these guidelines, gambling can be a good time and great entertainment. If you feel at any time that your gambling is taking away from important areas of your life, is causing you stress or depression, or is leading to financial losses that are beyond your control, please reach out for help. Learn more at responsiblegambling.org.